Hey guys, it's Cory. No one person can change the world, but leaders everywhere can.
1, 2, 3.
Welcome to Rippled Radio. So, welcome to the first episode of Rippled Radio. I think maybe when I was younger, maybe I wanted a radio show. Maybe that's why it's called Rippled Radio. I don't know. But thank you for listening. And I'm excited to just get to know you, for you to get to know us a little bit and just set the tone and hopefully, start a talk that we can continue in following episodes. We thought a lot about what should this first one be about. And it feels like it's just a getting to know you session. So we should probably start there. My name is Cory Raggi. You'd never say it like that based on the way it's spelled, but now you know. And with me is Jessica Tuttle. Jessica, hi.
Hi.
She's super excited to talk on this, but I need her too because I don't want to be talking to myself the whole time. I mean, I'm talking to you, but I need somebody here to be talking to. In our day jobs, we work together really closely. I'm the Chief Operating Officer at RDG. It took me about 6 months of working there to say that. That'll be its own episode. And Jess is our marketing manager, and we would not be here without her. She's rolling her eyes already as I say that, but you'll get to know both of us as time goes on here. I want to talk today just about the tone of Rippled and Rippled Radio. I want to talk about what it is, what it isn't, who it's for, and really just, I think talking about what it is really important. It's easy to see a podcast with this title, and maybe if you look at my background, you make certain assumptions about what it's going to be about. And it's probably not going to be about any of the things that you think it's going to be about. I hope it's like nothing else you've thought about, to be honest. It's about recognizing the fact that whatever your day job is, you might be in business, you might be in sales, you might be a teacher, you might be a nurse, you might be a stay-at-home parent, you might be a struggling actress. I don't know. But you do something all day, every day. And what you spend your time on in the day has the opportunity to make a really big impact all around you. And you see a lot online right now about what is my purpose and why am I here, as if it needs to be this light shining down on you moment. And I just believe that whatever you're doing can have a positive impact on the people around you. Now, I say all of that, and I'm also, a leader in a financial services organization. So I also, from a business standpoint, need to know that how we spend our time during the day positively affects a business. And what I've learned in my however many years of working, I don't think it's like a requirement that I tell you how many years that is, right? But it's been a while. And what I've learned is that you can do really great things during the day and run a really successful business unit. As a matter of fact, if you do really great things during the day, you're more likely to run a successful business unit. Whatever that business unit is, it could be a team, it could be a call center, it could be an accounting firm, it could be a doctor's office, it doesn't matter. It could be your children. And that's what I want to talk about, is really all of the benefits of making an impact, a small impact every day that becomes a bigger impact as it ripples out from you. So high level, that's what we're talking about. What isn't this? My background is in, I guess, a lot of different things, but there's a lot of HR, there's a lot of training, there's a lot of leadership. This isn't an HR podcast. It's a leadership podcast, but I'd say it's a people podcast. If you want to be successful, if you want to help people around you be successful, that's what this is about. And again, for the business leaders listening, I promise you bring this to work, your team will be better. For the non-business leaders, you bring this with you, your team will be better, your home will be better, everything will be better. And by the way, that ripple impact will mean everyone you touch can then make everyone better around them too. And I believe that, and we will tell enough stories on Rippled Radio for you to see the truth of that every single day. So I think along those lines, it's important for me to share the story of the day that we really decided to do this. and it's funny to tell this now because it's kind of a precursor of something that I don't even know what the outcome will be of, but I'll try to stay generic, I guess. I'm applying, for an award for something. And a big component of, the application process is what boards are you on? Um, I've never been a big on a board person. Now, I love our nonprofits. I love my friends that are on them. I went to an absolutely incredible event last night for one of them. But that's just not been what's fit how I could give back. Um, a lot of people on this, I want to say on this call, like I'm on a conference call. Isn't that funny? That's what I feel like I'm on. Can relate to that though. You're a working parent, you've got a million responsibilities tonight. It's hard to do a lot outside of your job. So my way of giving back has been figuring out how can I make an impact during the day? How can I kind of double up? So back to the application, it's like, do you have to be on a board to give back? And it finally kind of made me mad. I think because for years I've been told what the right way is to make an impact on people. And for me, I see the impact and the feeling of giving back when I helped someone. Now, what do I mean by help? My way of being able to help someone is knowing what their goals are and helping them reach them. Knowing what someone's worries are and helping them overcome them, knowing what people's perceived self-limitations are and saying, why do they still have to be there? I want to help people go home at night with a smile on their face, not just for the purpose of the smile, but because they're going to walk in the door to their house and something's going to happen. They're either going to put out the negativity of the day on everyone that they touch because they have a horrible boss. And now there's tension in their home and their marriage suffers and their kids are stressed out because their parent is stressed out and their kid goes to bed stressed out. Or they come home and they say, I had an awesome day. How was yours? And now they're giving back. And that child goes to bed that night and they sleep good and they wake up refreshed for their teacher the next day. And that teacher either has a room full of kids who had stressed out parents the night before or a room full of kids who had a great night because their parents had a great day. And that's like one little sliver of what I want to talk about. But when you think about if you are a supervisor at a gas station or a CEO of a Fortune 500 company, you have this sphere of influence around you of say 6 or 7 people that's immediately touching you. What you do sends them home one way or another. And side note, from a business standpoint, they come back the next day either ready to run through a wall for you or ready to run away from you. And for all of these reasons, business, home, all of them, it all could have been controlled and great if we just thought about that. So I think in some ways, maybe sharing this message is my way of giving back in a different way, because I just believe so strongly in what I'm sharing.
Well, I think part of that too is that people don't realize the impact that they make. Mm-hmm. That's not being on a board. Like we spend our days making impacts with every person that we talk to, whether you're coaching or at work or talking to somebody at a gas station. Like you're making an impact with every interaction.
And that impact is either positive or negative, right? So it's like, let's be intentional about making sure it's positive and productive and puts more good out there. I'm so glad you chimed in when you did, Jess, because the next thing I wanted to talk about is one of the things that held me back from wanting to do something like this is that I don't want this to be about me. And here we are having this whole first episode be about me, but I feel like it's like unavoidable for a minute. But what you can expect from most of these episodes is that the ripplers that I've seen and met and been impacted by, they're going to be the guests on this. And it's been so fun these past couple of weeks reaching out to people and telling them the concept and asking if they'd be a guest, because I know that their impact can be so big, was so big on me, and I just want to shine a light on that. So I don't want Rippled to be about me. I want it to be about the ripplers of the world. And I'm more excited about the ripplers than maybe anything. I hope that even this first time you're listening, that tomorrow you're in some interaction with somebody and you go, oh my gosh, they're a rippler. Or somebody does something great that kind of fills your cup a little bit and you go, I've been rippled. I want us to become so conscious of this that we're all thinking about it and doing it as often as we can. So definitely about the ripplers of the world. Who is this for? So all of you listening, you're all listening like, is this one I want to be part of? And I would say you want to be part of this if you want to be a rippler. Whatever your job is during the day, whatever your responsibilities are during the day, do you like this idea of giving back this way, of making an impact this way? If you are looking to grow in your career, over the years I was in leadership, I was always impacted, a lot by the people that I worked directly for. And sometimes I loved them and sometimes I didn't. I want to be a boss that people leave and say, I feel like a better person because I got to work for them. It doesn't mean every experience is positive, but I hope I can give you some insight and advice on how to lead in a way that is authentic to who you are, that helps people around you become better. And, that's the most enjoyable way to lead all the way around. So I envision a personal and a professional impact, I think, as we talk through this.
Yeah, and I think the guests that will come on the show will tie directly to your personality, as much as you probably don't want me to say this. But the type of impact that you have made has made those people jump at the opportunity to join and have those conversations and show how they make an impact, how you've made an impact, and how easy it can be.
Well, that's a lovely thought. I'm like bristling at that, but it's a lovely thought. I do hope so though. And I hope our guests like shock you. I can't wait to have people on that you think like, wait, why them? Or why that industry or practice or job or whatever? Because ripplers come in all shapes, sizes, jobs, occupations, you name it. So yeah, that's what I want this to be about. Jess, what do you think we're leaving out that we should be talking about this first time?
I don't think anything. I think it's just having an open mind, hearing different opinions and different perspectives, and trying to find your own way to make an impact.
And I also, Rippled Radio, that name in and of itself, I feel like the only way I can do this is if I feel like I'm on the radio. Kids don't listen to the radio like we used to, but like radio shows where you used to get to call in. Someday I want you to be able to call in. Right now, you can call in via email. So if you've listened to this and there's somebody that you think is a rippler, there's a question that you have about something that I've said, any ideas, any feedback, anything, you can email me at Cory@rippledradio.com. I would love nothing more than to get an email after this first session, just to know someone out there is listening to this. But I want to interact with you. I want to know what you're thinking. I want to know the short questions, the long questions, the hard feedback, all of it. It's going to make us better. It's going to help us have better conversations, bring you more value, and make this feel much more like a radio show. So I will tell you, the end of every show that we do, I want to keep the focus on the ripplers of the world. So usually there will be a guest that we're toasting, but today I'm going to cheers to you. The fact that you've joined and listened this far tells me you are a rippler, you want to be a rippler, something has kept you here. So we want to close every show with a toast to the ripplers. So today, to you, here's to the ripplers.
1, 2, 3.